Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another video on Endfield. It's generosity, it's free-to-play friendliness, or really, the main focus of this series, the lack thereof. This is a post that I made on the game's release. It's one that actually got quite a bit of views, not that many likes, of course, because I don't have as much Twitter motion as I would like, but it's a bit of a factual, accurate statement on what's actually going on in the game. Endfield easily has the worst pull currency I've seen in a title before. Early limited pull currency. The worst free-to-play experience I can imagine. Your mileage may vary, but it's easily less than 15 pulls within 4+ hours of gameplay. Naturally, that has changed with the 10 pull that these guys gave in the mail for apologizing for the PayPal incident. Some would say it's for the 30 million downloads. The 30 million downloads lines up with the PayPal incident, so I'll go with the one that makes more sense to me. And now you probably get around 25. So it's arguably better now, but one thing that's very clear is that you don't get a lot of pulls in this game for playing it. And you have to play an exceptional number of hours, and within those hours, do a lot of story skipping to actually get the 120 pulls you would need to get a pull on a limited banner before it disappears. If you want an accurate time frame on how long it takes, make sure you don't go to these resources. This is a post from Mr. Pokey on how long it takes to get 120 limited pulls in Endfield. You can see this one got a lot of traction. This is because Mr. Pokey here is intentionally lying by omission. CN confirms Arknights Enfield's launch to have at least 120 limited pulls for free-to-play. This was achieved in 2 days. And so you might be thinking, holy shit, the oro barrels are raining from the sky. People are getting pulls for fucking free in this game, bro. Like, clearly Satan and everybody else, they were spreading misinfo, right? Clearly Hypergrift is way more generous. These bums just gotta play the game. And you'll notice, additional notes, all of this, he's just telling you everything you need to do. But what's one thing Pokey doesn't mention here? That he refuses to mention here? How long it took. He said it took 2 days, but there are 48 hours in 2 days. How many of those hours were spent playing the game? You gotta jump in here on this post to see the answer, and apparently, somebody said it was 23. If you want to know details about Arknights Endfield, it released on a Wednesday in the United States, and a Thursday in Asia. And so to have played it for that many hours after its release, 48 hours after its release, you cannot be employed, you cannot have a job, or your job has to be a CC or something like that. So nobody can actually do that unless they're literally in a special life state. And, well, being unemployed and spending 20+ hours across 2 days playing a game, that's probably not like that. That's probably not that good. I don't really probably need to speak on that too much, right? That's not that great. We have another source of information over here from Rene, who decided to basically lie as well in their guide on how to get 120 pulls in 1 day free to play. Because you want to know what they mentioned over here in this video?
In a single day as a free-to-play player. Now, I did play for 27 hours straight.
So remember what I said about when this game released? It was on a Wednesday evening in the United States. So this guy, when the game released on Wednesday evening, played the game for 27 hours and then is telling you how to get 120 pulls in 1 day. At this point, that's just lying. Like, I don't even know, like, brother, you busted out a 27-hour day to play the fucking, that's not even, you can't even do that. There's only 24 hours in a day. There's only 24. So he just busted out 27 hours of gameplay in a row on on 2 weekdays, and then is telling you, hey guys, here's how to get it. Brother, nobody's gonna do that because I don't even know what to say. This is the type of defense that these creators, guys, are going ahead. The Hypergrifters, once again, I'm calling them the Hypergrifters, to say shit like Endfield is the most free-to-play friendly game. Oh yeah, by the way, the only way to get the pulls in this game is to play it for 27+ hours. Let me just tell you how long banners last in this game. You can see over here, they last 17 days. This is, at the current point, it's actually on like day 13 right now. We were on day 14 yesterday. For someone to get that many pulls, right, with these systems, they'd be having to play around 20+ hours across 17 days, right? Maybe 25 hours across 17 days. But you want to know what is also a thing about this 27 hours over here from Rene? This fool? Him and the guy Mr. Pokey's referencing over here, guys. They both skipped the story. All of it. And you want to know what other experience you needed to have to be able to complete the game at this pace? A fuck ton of beta experience. Because the last closed beta was exactly the same as what's in release. And so to be able to speed run this content with this level of efficiency, to get this number of pulls in that little time, you needed to A, skip all the story in the game, and B, memorize and like know where everything is from the past runs. These guys are doing New Game Plus. They're doing New Game Plus on this run. So you have to count in all the hours they spent completing New Game and getting to New Game Plus. This guy spent 100 hours in the fucking beta playing this game. So yes, he could go into the live release and speedrun it to get this number of pulls in this little time. Think about all the time put together and the statement being presented up here. Maybe he should have said, I played 27 hours on release and 100 hours during the beta. And then I speedran the story, speedran all the achievements, knew where everything was, and that's how I got it in 27 hours. So really, the only way to get 120 pulls in one day, or really 27 hours as a free-to-play, is to have invested a fuck ton of hours, probably 40 plus, in the beta as well. Because how the fuck are you going to complete anything at the speed required to get things this fast without doing that? Because you want to know a more realistic amount of pulls to have in this amount of time? Let me show you. We're back in game, and this is kind of like where I'm at. We're basically on day 5. There's about 12 days left on Surtur's banner. You can see over here, there's a lot of stuff for me to claim. I'll just kind of like go through, and we'll take a look at what my pull count is looking like. So I pulled 4 times with a combination of the free tickets and my reroll to get Yvonne, right? So I've got about, you can just see over here, I've already pulled 4 times, and I have, that's about 3 pulls, or that's about 3 multis. I'm at like 50, bro. If I use my if I use my premium currency, bro, I'm at like 50. What? Bro, I have been playing this game a decent amount. Like, I have been playing, these are like my operators, this is like my team and stuff, right? You can see, I'm level 60, bro. I'm level 60, man. Look, I'm level 60. Like, I got, like, built units and stuff like that. Like, just look at all of this. Sure, I don't have purple gear. I got blue gear, but, the factory's built out, too. I'm at 720. Guys, I've been playing the game. I've been putting the hours in. And you are just nowhere even fucking close unless you're, like, metagaming and know exactly where everything is from the beta. Genuinely, you're kind of just like lost when it comes to like where to find pulls, where to do all of this stuff. And you're literally on one of the craziest timers ever because these banners only last 17 days and it takes fucking forever to get pulls from anything in this game. Because guys, this is how the game works. You're basically intended to bum rush all of these missions, right? For all of these rewards, skip everything because the dialogues are like 300 hours long. And then these guys are just like, they know like which quests are like the shortest, blah, 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 all of this. And then they're just like rushing all of these while people are like doing things like optimizing the factory so they can get resources. They're progressing stuff like regional development to like boost their account and like boost their economy. But this doesn't actually lead to, like, if I do this, I get more money, but does that lead to more oro barrels? Sort of. Not really, though. It's not the fastest way to do it. But that's the thing. There are just so many resources tied to pretty much every single piece of fucking progression in this game that it just takes an incredibly absurd amount of time unless you know exactly what to do from hours, 10, 20, 30, 40 hours in the beta. You need to know all that information, implement it, and skip everything and basically ruin your story experience, assuming this game had one, because all I can hear is people shitting on the story. That's the only way to get 120 limited pulls. And the thing is, guys, people are waking up. People understand this. You need to literally play this game like a job to get the first limited character. If you don't do that, it is literally impossible. Because I'm over here, bro, I've been playing this game. Like, I enjoy the game. That's the thing. That's why I've been playing it so much. I like the game, but it's dragged down by the monetization. I don't see a path forward to getting this banner unless I hire somebody in the fucking Philippines. And I feel like most people can say the same exact fucking thing. just be honest with me, guys. Knowing how the progression is on your account, do you think you're going to be able to get this before Surtur leaves? Do you think you're going to have the time to play like Rene? Do you think you're going to have the time to invest that much to figure out where all the most efficient places are, right? Grind, play that many hours, like figure out, know which optimized blueprint layouts are gonna get you the tradable resources the fastest, right? So you can progress, like, okay, which one of these is gonna get you all the tradable resources the fastest, boys? Oh, better go look up a layout to get the SC Valley batteries at the highest output you can. Bro, it's like, there's so much shit to, like, there's so many systems, so much shit to figure out that, like, the amount of content literally goes against the design of the banners. And these guys are telling you it's free-to-play friendly because they have no fucking lives. They have no fucking lives. They can play this game for 15 plus hours a day. Then they turn around and tell you, ha, well, everyone else is lying. Look how free-to-play friendly this game is. If you play for 15 hours a day, bucko. Play for 15 hours a day, it's free to play. I hope it is. I hope it is. You're paying with your fucking time at this point. Good lord. So, naturally, right, I've been keeping a lot of the discussion focused on the hyper-grifting part of the population. Do you want me to show you what actual players feel? Let's just take a look. Pull income might be horrendous. And you might be, before I even dive into this, right, and read the title, they might be like, say, oh, look, he's getting one guide again. Oh, he's looking at a post that only has like, shit. Yeah, for a post made a day ago, that's probably it's probably resonating across the community. Notice how, I'll just show you a couple of posts that are similar to this. We got one over here, right, obviously shitting on the gacha system. We got one over here, right, obviously, why are we suddenly okay shitting on the gacha system? Let's see how many. Oh, that's got a lot of likes too. We got another one over here, right? Oh, this one's getting censored by the mods, but they banned rerolling. We got a separate video on this later because they needed to fuck free-to-plays even more than they were already. Remember, guys, they banned rerolling too because they're not letting you use G. Anyways, that's just another thing they did. And then you got another post over here. At this point, the progression feels excessive and raises serious concerns about the overall fairness of the summoning system. A massive 4K. So this is what the community is saying, guys. This is what the community is saying about the income of this game. But hey, you got the hyper-grifters out here, guys. The same people telling you, or really obfuscating information on how long the same guy that lied by omission, right? And said that it was done in 2 days, but it didn't say the number of hours because 23 plus hours in 2 days is obscene and obviously makes this entire post looks like a piece of shit. He hid that info to mislead the community and imply, right, that 24 plus hours in a day playing over 2 days was normal. Wow. This guy is saying this. He's grifting this fucking hard. Probably has 4 people playing on his free-to-play account, right? Maybe that's why his experience is so good. Has 4 people playing on it like they do on his Bub account in HSR. That's why he's able to progress so much. He isn't even fucking playing on it. And so, of course, he'll be able to say dumb shit like this, right? When literally every single public outlet of this game is telling you the currency is dog shit. I don't even know what to say. Literally there's even more threads, bro. There's even more threads. Sorry, I forgot this one. Have you seen a single CC talking about this? Where they advertised that weapon pulls were going to be in the weekly. And then they give out 100 a week. It takes 200 for one pull, 20 weeklies for a 10 pull. In 1 year, you'll get like 20-something pulls on the weekly, on the weapon. Guys, this is another post where people are just like, what the fuck is this? How are these devs so greedy? How did they lie to us again? These are all the public instances of this community. Basically just being like, what the fuck is wrong with this system? What is wrong with these developers? How are they so greedy? The pull income is horrendous. I don't see the future for this game. And you want to know what the best part is? Bro, this is the score of this game in the fucking App Store. You want to know why it's a fucking 3.4? Because nobody can pull anything in this fucking game. And so they log in and they're like, wait, this is a gacha game, but the only way to get pulls is here. They think there's a way to get free-to-play pulls, and then they realize, wow, they gave me, think about it this way. You play for 5 hours on release and you got 10 pulls. And so when you get to 10 hours and you have 15 and you see 120 to guarantee and you know the pity doesn't carry over, you're like, okay, I just spent 10 hours and I'm 1/10 of the way there. Literally, that's what everyone is saying. The game's score is actively going down as people spend more time in it because they realize the gacha system is a fucking scam. Think about how well optimized this game is. Think about the visual fidelity and the visual quality. Brother, this is getting tanked on the App Store on the sole measure, I'm pretty sure, of its gacha. That's how bad it is. It started out as a 4.6 on release because of the graphics and like the fucking, and the fidelity, right? And the optimization, all of that. It's amazing. Then people play it and then they're where I am. And I'm like good at these games, right? I know how to manage resources. I'm a gacha aficionado. Like I know how to like play gachas when I go in. I'm not even anywhere fucking close, bro. Like, at this point, like, it feels like I'm fucking Sisyphus, bro. You know that shit, that fucking myth in, like, in Greek mythology, where that bitch is, like, rolling up the boulder up the hill, and then, like, they get close to the top, and then it rolls back down, and then they gotta keep rolling it forever. That's what getting pulls in this game feels like. That's what being a fucking free-to-play in this game feels like, bro. You're permanently just pushing the fucking ball up, because you go nowhere. You go fucking nowhere in this game. And guys, being Sisyphus is not a flex. Being Sisyphus means you're doing something useless your entire fucking life. And that's what it feels like grinding free to play in this game. It's just useless the entire time. Because how in God's name am I like with like level 60 characters, right? Like my protocol pass is like level fucking 23. What is my level, bro? I'm at like fucking, I've been using up all my shit. My factory's at 720. I'm authority level 31, bro. I'm authority level 31. That takes a long amount of time to get to. This is over 10 plus hours, 15 plus hours for most people. I'm sure I'm on the faster end, to be honest. I think a lot of people are lower than me. And you're just not even fucking close, bro. It's pathetic. I feel like a second-class citizen playing this game. And when you know that this is how it feels, and this is the shit that you're just getting fucking... They're just swinging this thing in front of your face like the second you log in. Because you want to know why? You got no fucking pulls, bro. You get no pulls in this game. And that's what everyone here is saying. I get no pulls, bro. I get no pulls, bro. I get no pulls, bro. And the only pulls you let me get are also expiring in the store, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, might as well dig into this one too, because the devs just had to fuck you one more time. So you guys might not actually know about this because they decide to intentionally obfuscate the system. But to actually get the rebate on your 4-star units, you got to actually upgrade all of them first. You're going to see over here, whoa, this guy has 23 fucking copies. You want to know why? It's because you gotta manually fucking upgrade all these guys to actually first get the rebate on their copies. Let me show you, bro. So I just manually had to do all of that, right? Great. Now I can finally start actually rebating them. Get ready for this, boys. So you gotta go to like the fucking AIC quota exchange, then click this shit, and then you can, they gotta be at max potential already, and then you can start. Woohoo! So now I have the AIC quota to now get these tickets for Surtur's Banner that are going to expire in 12 days. And that's the only limited pull you can get from your 4 stars. The ones that literally fucking expire, bro. Your 4 stars can only convert into expiring tickets. And guess what, boys? There's going to be 3 sets of these a patch. Because guess what's going to happen in 12 days? The Gilberto one's going to pop in. Then in 12 and 17 more days after that one, the Yvonne one comes in. So they got up to 15 limited pulls in their 4-star rebate shop, but they all expire after the banner. And you wanna know what they expire with? The pity on the banner too. So it's like these pulls are like fucking useless. Bro, they managed to make pulls in the rebate store feel useless. Because there's no pity carryover. So if you buy this and you don't go to 120 on Surtur's Banner, what was the point? And when it comes to these expiring monthly pulls, ladies and gentlemen, this comment over here really just drives everything home. These should be the chartered pulls instead of the banner-specific ones. Chartered headhunting pulls are the ones that don't expire. I agree, that should be the case. But then this enlightened gentleman down here just says the truth about the matter. They know people won't get to 120 pulls in time, and the banner will disappear. They know people won't get to this 120 pulls in time, and the banner will disappear. So they try to pressure them into buying so that these tickets don't go to waste. That's how everything in this game works. That's why everything expires. That's why everything doesn't carry over. But you'll still have... Remember, pity carry forward itself actually changes nothing. It's just a psychological hook to get you thinking building pity is beneficial. Imagine he calls pity carry forward a psychological hook, guys. He called pity carry forward the psychological hook. Mr. Pokey called the system that stops this psychological manipulation from happening. He called pity carry forward, the system that prevents this from having an impact on you. He called that the psychological hook. Sometimes I wish I could be this retarded. I would probably have way more fun with life. And people just look at all of this, right? They look at this. They look at the fucking weekly mode, bro, giving 100 weapon pulls. You can see it down here. That's a fucking 100, bro. I've already done it. They look at that shit. Then they're like, hey guys, what about getting weapon pulls from the fucking credit store? Well, first we gotta go see if we get lucky. We gotta first collect our credits, right? We got them. Now we gotta refresh. Oh, did we get the weapon pulls? Nope, they're not here. All right, we'll refresh again. Oh, did we get the weapon pulls? They're not here. Shit, we'll refresh again. Oh, the weapon pulls are... So I just refreshed 3 times and I didn't get the weapon pulls today, unfortunately. I used all my resources. I'm cooked. All right, well, better luck next time. Because you want to know how much shows up in that shop, guys? It's 20 tickets. It takes 200 for a pull. 20 tickets show up in that store. So you have a chance on refresh to get 1/10 of a pull. And guys, if you want proof of that, don't worry. I literally have it on fucking video because I already made a fucking video about it. Guys, this is how much pops up in the fucking store. That's 20 tickets. And it costs the 210. That's what I mean by you just don't get anything in this game. They're advertising that they have all these alternative ways to, like, get things, to, like, get pulls. It's not real. This is like Genshin saying they're giving out Primo Gem rewards for an event, and it's 10. That's, like, how... This is, like, less... This is less than 10 Primo Gems, actually. 10 Primo Gems is, like, better than this. I'm pretty sure. That's how these guys are just fucking you with the false advertising. It's drip feeding. It's meant to induce a massive amount of FOMO, because you'd feel like you're getting nothing, and there's no way to progress. And so naturally, right, now's the point where we should start taking a look at the responses to my takeover here. Because I made this on day 1 of the game. And as you can imagine, a community as toxic positive as Arknights Endfield, with this many grifting rat fuck CCs who are just gonna lie about their experience, lie about the time required, and of course, lie to their audience to go shill a game that isn't even sponsoring them. Just so you guys know this, he's not sponsored by Endfield, and this guy also isn't sponsored by Endfield. They're both lying this much, being this dishonest to their audience, portraying information this inaccurately for free. Oh my god. Why don't we go ahead, right? And like I said before, start reading some of those comments, because this is a situation that I feel like I've kind of been fighting on my own. Chillest community. When game asks you to play the game, and you're going to notice over here, there's a lot of seeds of gacha tribalism being sown. People are now taking my honest critique of the game and implying it's all because of Wuthering Waves. It's all because I'm trying to sow tribalism between Wuthering Waves and Endfield. That's the only thing you see over here. Oh, it's a Kurobot. Oh, it's a Kurobot. It's all Wuthering Waves, bro. It's all Wuthering Waves, bro. Look, look, look. He's a woo-wah shill. And this is how you know the narrative that Mr. Pokey has spread to the most retarded parts of the player base. Because you want to know why this narrative is occurring? It's very simple. All I need to do is show you this video over here. Oh, wow. 4K views in 4 hours. Nobody's watching this fucking guy. Holy shit. Anyways, this is the reason for why this narrative is occurring. Mr. Pokey made this video explaining how gacha wars are made. And in this video, he continually repeats ad nauseum that the only reason why I'm critiquing Endfield is because Wuthering Waves is just a better game. And I'm trying to draw people away from Endfield and to Wuwa.
Why does this phenomenon happen? Why is it that no matter how many times you want to go ahead into a gacha game, a community, or maybe you want to learn about a game, the story or lore, there always seem to be some kind of resistance and pushback because your game is probably bad. Because
so you can see over here, right? We're implying that the only reason people are critiquing Endfield is because they're trying to push another game.
they're playing XYZ game. ABC game is probably going to be ending of service. This gacha system is really, really bad. Power creep is going out of hand. HP inflation. And I'm pretty sure...
Naturally, right? That's the entire point of this video. It's to say that the attacks against Endfield are illegitimate.
These pointers being brought up is because of these things called fallacies. And my objective today is to simply illustrate 5 common fallacies that you can use as a gacha warrior to destroy your enemies who dares to oppose your path because your gacha game is the greatest gacha game of all time.
And you'll notice, right? Big focus on me during that section and obviously talking a lot about Wuwa. And so Pokey, in my opinion, is one of the main reasons for why this retarded narrative that any critique against Endfield right now is the result of somebody pushing another game. When literally, these are all posts on the Endfield subreddit from Endfield players that directly echo every single take that I have had about this game. Why is it that my takes are the ones getting reflected by the community, yet these takes are the ones that aren't? I don't see any posts reaching the top of the Reddit focused on content like this because everyone looks at it and immediately knows it's bullshit. I don't see this guide, right? Or this guy on the top of the subreddit because everyone knows his shit is bullshit. But all you see over here are posts from actual fucking players talking about and reiterating the same issues that I have been talking about since release, and they're all at the fucking top, and all of the comments are agreeing. It's wrong because it came from me. And of course, it's wrong because you have retarded hyper-grifting CCs going ahead and trying to adjust the narrative and shield Endfield from criticism by implying it's from other games, when literally the only people bitching and moaning, rightfully so, are its own fucking players. That's what's going on over here, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how bad it's gotten. Because this game literally is dying as we speak. Why do you think these developers have put out 2 surveys? Guys, they're having 2 active surveys right now because they see how bad the reception of the public is to this game. It's a 3.4 on the App Store. People are quitting in droves. You can't help but talk about the insane amount of greed that follows every single decision these players make. And guys, the game is in this bad of a spot. The perception is this bad. People are this upset by the monetization, guys. And you know what they did? They banned reroll accounts. They banned using Gmail to make your Griftline account because you can salt it by adding a period like after a letter, and then it'll just go back. They added this 10 pull from the mail, bro. Their official release they added this 10 pull in the mail, bro, and then made it so you can't make Gmail accounts because they re-roll too easily. Guys, the game already has 2 surveys out, a 3.4 on the App Store, and they banned rerolls on Gmail. Where, guys, how do you use the Google Play Store? Gmail. These guys are retarded. Like, they're so greedy. They need every last cent. They're like fucking rats, bro. Like, they actually remind me of fucking Skaven from like Warhammer, bro. That's what I assume it's like at the Hypergrift office, bro. It's like,
yes, nickel and dime them. Yes, ban the rerolls, yes.
Wait, I don't get it. Like, how do...
Give them the 10 pull and ban the rerolls, yes.
What?
We have a 3.4. We can bring it lower. Yes, yes.
What? Everyone thinks the game's already greedy as fuck. The game just got a bit of saving grace because of your PayPal compensation temple, but then you proceed to ban rerolls to make sure that, like... Have you ever seen a dev with this many issues on launch? Where it's not even issues that are, like, difficult to solve. It's issues that are created because the devs are retarded. Or the PR team, the marketing team, the brand communication, they're just all retarded. I don't actually know how you can be this tone deaf. Where A, you give out no real compensation for the PayPal incident. There's no actual compensation for it. You hide it behind this 30 million downloads. Everyone's asking, why specifically 30? 30 just seems to line up with when the PayPal issue occurred. They still don't actually apologize for it. Nobody knows who to blame still. And then every other public communication, guys, is a complete fucking mess. Every single one is a complete mess. And all they do is send out these fucking surveys. How about you send out a fucking 6-star selector? How about you send out a 20 poll? How about you undo the massive fuck up that you did by making this dog shit selector just Ardelia? Because you want to know an amazing fucking post that I saw this morning that just really puts the cherry on top. This person lost 50-50 to this unit. That's akin to basically bricking your account because you get her for free, and her first sequence node, her first dupe, might as well not exist because it's fucking useless. Yes, her first copy is so trash, it might as well not exist. It's literally useless. They've done the numbers. It's trash. So getting this character, when you already get her base copy for free, is akin to basically bricking your account. You should probably reroll. The thing is, everyone has like a 20% fucking chance of getting her because there's only 5 fucking standard units. So it's like, they just decided, especially with their New Horizons thing, right? Hey, we're just gonna fuck over 20% of players. And so, the end result of that is just when you get fucked like this and the devs have no reason for fucking you and you just feel like you got spit on, you have self-respect as a person. You don't like getting your time wasted by retarded devs who do dumb shit like this. And so you uninstall the fucking game. Good job. Good riddance of this game from your fucking PC. Because it's super unplayable if this happens to you. And you want to know an easy way to skip this? Could have just added a selector, right? You could have just been like any other modern gacha. You could have just been like any other fucking modern gacha developer and just made this a selector instead of Ardelia. Nobody would have lost anything. All you would have is more people playing the game because they wouldn't have quit from this. These types of decisions where it's clear there's a predatory intent behind them, right? Their goal by doing this is that they expect the Ardelia puller to like start spending money and like, oh, I got unlucky. Money will fix this. We're not retarded. We're just going to quit the fucking game because we feel like you're being dipshits. Like, no, this does not incentivize people to spend. This incentivizes people to think the game is a scam. How much do you bet the people rating this 1-star pulled Ardelia? How much do you bet there are 1-star reviews from pulling Ardelia after I described what I just told you? Probably a lot. Why? Why even make this an outcome? And ladies and gentlemen, if you were looking for proof about how much the gacha system is weighing on these ratings, here's one for you right over here. Also at the very top, 142 people found it helpful. Terrible gacha system that resets every banner. 25% chance on weapon pull to get the weapon you need, so you're incentivized to pull characters you didn't want. They absolutely maximize the FOMO to levels I'd never seen in a gacha game, and that's saying a lot. Michael is not my ult. It's split between people saying it's the most beautiful game ever, right? But then you're also going to get so many people complaining about how it works and the lack of pity carryover. Oh, this one's crazy. 750 based off the lack of pity. But hey, it's just a psychological hook, guys. Remember that. That's what happens when you listen to nobody. This is what happens when you listen to scientists instead of players. Maximizing profits instead of maximizing actual enjoyment. Because when people enjoy a game, they'll pay. You can get people's enjoyment of the game. You can get them to pay. Half the reason why I pay in Wuthering Waves is because I like the game, not because I need any of the shit. And half the time it's I pay so that I can give the devs a treat. Because I feel appreciated for the shit they put in the game. You wanna know what I'm getting in Wuthering Waves? Logging in next patch? I get 40 pulls logging in next patch. I get 40 pulls from logging in 3.1. I log in and get those pulls. Bitch, I had to play 20 plus hours to get these, and I don't even have 50. Bro, I had to play 20 plus hours in this game on release. On release. The release celebration, the hype. I had to play 20 plus hours to get like 40, bro. Why do you think this game is a 3.4? Despite being potentially the highest quality game that's ever released. It might be the highest quality fidelity gacha game that ever released, but it's at a 3.4. This is why. But there will still be CCs that tell you this isn't the reason why. Ignore them because they're grifting fucks. It's like these guys did risk analysis on every terrible dog shit monetization decision they made. They did risk analysis. And they just decided, as long as there was a possibility of profit, they put it in. Who cares how many people are going to quit because of it? Who cares how many people are going to think it's bad? If there's a chance that we make money off of it, put it in the fucking game. Because why the fuck isn't this a selector? And B, why the fuck does the pity not carry over in 2025? Because you want to know what all the issues in this game, they would all be solved if there was pity carryover. It wouldn't matter, right? That these were the greediest fucking devs you've ever seen by making these polls time limited. Would you care if these polls carried over? Would you care if there was FOMO on this and they only lasted 12 days that the pity carried over? No, because then you'd be able to use these effectively on the other banners. I'd be down for that. Hey, I'd be happy with that if the pity carried over. Because then I could just grab these, use them to build pity. If I get Serta early, great. If not, then the pity will count towards Gilberta. Awesome. Can't do that, though. So this system's dog shit. Literally the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. Crazy, crazy, awful implementation. And it's just wild that this is where the game is, and there's still so few people talking about it. Content creators, I urge you to recognize this fact. This game will not have an audience because every single free-to-play player is going to fucking quit it. Do you want to know what it looks like when a game has no free-to-play audience because every single free-to-play player quit it because it got too predatory? You want to know what a channel looks like when that's the main audience for the game? And it's so ironic that this is the same guy on his hands and knees, shilling the game at every opportunity, begging for a sponsorship, trying to peddle as much misinfo as he can, literally caught lying by omission to try to bait people into thinking this game is actually free-to-play friendly. Bro is just lying about everything, when literally these are the same lies that are preventing the game from being a game free-to-plays want to play, which is unironically the same thing that killed HSR for his channel. He defended HSR tooth and nail when it did things to ruin free-to-plays. And so, no more views. It's all over. It's all gone. And in Endfield, he's doing the same exact things to make the game bad for free-to-plays, to defend the company, pro-corpa shilling, hyper-grifting. You thought you would learn after seeing a game die from doing the exact same things that you're supporting from the devs right now. Hypergrift is literally doing everything HSR is doing, but honestly, worse. But this guy is defending it tooth and nail when he's literally lost his fucking HSR career because he did that. I think he just hates players. I think he just hates free-to-play players. I think he just hates, like, his viewers. I don't know how you keep doing this after you saw what it did to the last game on your channel. But hey, this is the best 1.0 experience in gacha history, boys. It's just nobody on the platform agrees with the guy. Yeah, imagine a game this well optimized with this high of a graphical fidelity has this low of a rating. That's how bad the gacha system is. And maybe we'll be able to stop spreading active misinfo across the community that it's good when pretty much everybody across the space unilaterally agrees this is the worst one they've ever fucking seen. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.